What's your biggest first world problem? Dealing with the side effects of getting cured of cancer. I'm lucky enough to be alive complaining about all the bullshit after. Cancer is never really cured because all the cures also cause cancer, plus recurrence. There's a guy I used to play games with who got cancer as a kid, beat it, got cancer again and beat it again, all before he was 20. He was actually pretty depressed afterwards because now he had to try and figure out how to pay for his medical bills. I think he had expected to just live life for a bit, have some fun, hang out with his friends, and didn't expect to live very long. He had no plan once his cancer was gone. My house is big enough that I can lose Wi-Fi connection in the kitchen. When I miss the bus, I go back home and take the car. At least you try and take the bus. My house is so big that it's annoying to keep it clean. Have you tried servants? They clean like their lives depend on that paycheck. I have a dark blue luxury sedan in my driveway. Whenever I clean it, dragonflies think it's a body of water and come poop on it. It's covered in little yellow mustard spots all summer long. Frown. Seeing the comments now, I'm beginning to suspect it's dragonflyism. I wish I hadn't tilled today at all. Each of my 3 kids likes a different type of toothpaste. Sounds like it's easier to get new kids than worry about restocking 3 types of toothpaste. Water meters are being installed in my building for the next 2-3 weeks. Each day our water gets cut for 6 hours. The tenants are upset and have to flush the toilet, wash their hands, etc. with water from canisters. So, my legitimate first world problem is that I have to endure third world conditions for a few hours each day until my endless supply of clean water gets fixed. 6 hours a day for a few weeks sounds like a huge pain. My Bluetooth headphones running out of battery when I'm on longer flights. My drive to work is too short, so I never get to listen to as much music as I want. But when I'm at home I do other things. And then $9.99 seems like too much for the amount I listen. I wish I had that problem. My commute is 1.5 hours each way and it's awful. The hurricane momentarily knocked out my power last night while I was asleep, and it reset all my Philips Hue lights, so I was awoken by every single light in my room being on. I can't find any good topics to listen to on YouTube. I'm tired of listening to political commentary and I need to find something else. Looking for a good-sized plot of land to buy in the county, but trying to weigh my options on whether or not I can still get high-speed internet. I've said it before and I say it again. My thermos mug holds the heat too damn well. I can't enjoy my morning coffee on my way to work. Have to wait until I'm at work before it's drinkable. Product idea. New thermos with adjustable vents to regulate the rate at which your beverage cools. When should I start my Kickstarter? Thoughtful face. These pretzels are making me thirsty. My cat keeps waking me up like 10 minutes before my alarm to demand food. Even if she still has food, she wants new food in the bowl. There's a chance the cat doesn't want the food at the bottom of the bowl because of how the bowl's sides irritate their whiskers. People get shallow bowls sometimes as a fix for that. One time I forgot my AirPods at work and I had to use regular headphones, but I forgot my headphones adapter for my iPhone, so I couldn't listen to music that day. I believe you can listen to your music full blast through your speakerphone so everyone can hear. When a message pops up on my watch and I go to clear it, I have to be careful not to accidentally press one of the suggested responses. They are consistently terrible. At best it would look abrupt, like replying okay to a long, thoughtful message. At worst it would be downright inappropriate, like replying sounds good or nice to a message about an ill family member. When I use the remote start for my SUV, the Bluetooth on my phone does not automatically connect. Yeah, I feel bad even typing it. Work has blocked so many sites, I can't access as many GIFs as I want. Edit, I get it. VPN. I just need to not get caught, as we're supposed to be ISO 27001 compliant. Edit 2, we're also not allowed to bring our own devices, phones, tablets, etc. on the floor. I can use them at lunch, however. Not enough unpaved rough roads for me to really use the 4x4 features of my Land Cruiser. I get paid enough to guarantee my bills are paid, but not enough to pursue any of my interests outside of work. that weekends are too short-lived. And also the problem about weekends is that if I go out during the weekend, I would be too tired and not just rest and relax as I want, but if I stay at home all weekend, I would be wasting valuable free time. That's why you spend Saturday out and Sunday in. Having trouble fitting a large pizza box in my fridge. When I moved into my first house, renting, after college, it was a massive increase in the amount of space I had, especially because it was just me living there. I've always been big into decorating. My college dorm always had plants, framed pictures and posters, etc. I refused to be one of those only a couch and a TV kind of guys. When I first moved into my house, I literally thought, man, this place is so big, I don't have enough stuff to fill it with to make it aesthetic. That's what I thought when I bought my house. 6 months later I was trying to figure out where all this shit I don't use came from. Sometimes the battery dies in my RV because I haven't used it in a while. I once had so much ice in my glass of water I couldn't get my straw into it. Last night at work, my hands got dirty because I was touching so much money. Edit, I was counting cash at the end of the night at the grocery store I work at. Just so everyone's clear. I'm hungry. There's food in the house but I don't want it. I have money to buy what I want but I don't want to go and get it because I'm lazy. Update to anyone who cares, I took a nap and waited until my husband came home with food. Good house, good wife, good family, good friends, good money, but always self-deprecating sad because my job isn't fulfilling or meaningful. Having a fridge stacked with food but not wanting any of it to eat. So you grab your £500 smartphone and place a £20 order for pizza, soda, and chicken wings on the side. The pizza arrives and you tip the pizza guy a few bucks but only do it out of courtesy. You then proceed to sit down and flip through hundreds of channels that you pay for and deem nothing watchable. So you power on your expensive gaming device, load up Twitch and watch people play a game you already own. Slice after slice until the pizza that could feed a family of 4, you don't even eat the crust, instead just throw it away. You aren't even watching the TV. You're on your phone on Reddit talking about the worst first world problems. There's nothing to do at work, but I have to look busy. Edit, Jesus, this blew up over my lunch break. A lot of you are asking what I do, and I'm too lazy to respond to everyone, so here it is. Work in IT. I often switch between frantically busy and frantically trying to look busy. Waiting for my family to get their laundry out of the wash or dryer. It's been 3 days. I'd take it out myself, but they acted like I was a monster last time, so take it out, do your laundry, and put theirs back in. You get your stuff clean and their lazy asses probably won't find out. The water bottles in the snack kiosk at work were just stocked this morning, so they weren't refrigerated long enough to be nice and cold yet. I'm /30 years old and am an undergrad student without children. I'm married to an executive who is 5 years older than me. I can't relate to anyone in my life right now. Students are about a decade younger than me. Everyone my spouse knows through work has children or even grandchildren my age. I am trying to avoid people altogether because it's weird no matter who I interact with. Sorry I can't attend your fancy ass fundraiser because I have calc homework. Your grandchildren are at their terrible twos? I remember when my sister was at that age. I can't attend class those days because I'll be at a conference in Florida with my spouse. Students are easier to get away with as long as I'm quiet about my life details. I just feel so guilty when they literally can't afford to eat. I've been sitting here at work for 4 hours cause the system is down and they won't let us go home. Edit, system is still down going on 7 hours and they still are holding out hope for some productivity today. Just let me go home me. My husband complained the kettle chips I gave him were a little too crispy. Having a full-time job, and sometimes having to work more than 40 hours a week. Sometimes worth checking if they'll offer a compressed work week, work and extra 45 to 60 minutes each day to get a day off every 2 weeks. The heating in my car works too well. If I want just a bit of warmth cause it's chilly and I turn on the heating to the lowest possible setting, I'll be sweating more than a nun at an orgy in 2 minutes. Try using the heated seats at the same time as the air conditioning. I lost like 40 pounds and now none of my clothes fit me. The food at the all-inclusive resort I'm currently staying at doesn't meet my standard. Every meal from the buffet leaves me slightly disappointed. I've done all-inclusive a few times, and the thing I would recommend, if you prefer quality and quantity, is a place without buffets. They will still serve you as much as you want, and they will try to guide you towards ordering set meals, but just ignore those suggestions and order things like the surf and turf with a side of steak and an extra lobster tail, and they will bring it with no complaints every time. I'm gonna go with having health insurance but not enough money to actually use it without going into crippling debt. The Wi-Fi in the house reaches my room on the 3rd floor, but it is ever so slightly slow. We work for an airline and get free flights, travel a lot, but can't get upgraded to first class when we travel with my daughter because she isn't 6 years old yet. My friend and I wanna get lunch/dinner after work and we can't decide where to go. Watching 1080p content on a 4K television like the cavemen used to do. Got rejected in a couple jobs because I have a master's degree. Yes, you're too qualified for what we are willing to pay you, so we won't hire you at all. I lost my left AirPod. He who lost his one AirPod is lucky, compared to he who lost one, discarded the other, and found the first one again. / Norwegian proverb. My laptop isn't powerful enough to comfortably run SolidWorks and Football Manager at the same time. I used to work for a catering company and my co-workers and I were complaining about eating prime rib for dinner every other night. My vegetable delivery box always sends me eggplant, and I'm tired of making eggplant parm. When my fucking phone hit me in the face while I was reading this goddamn post. Not finding parking in college. Additionally, having to pay hundreds for a parking pass only to not find parking. I didn't leave the roof over my head early enough to get an iced coffee before going to my above minimum wage paying job that allows me to sit on Reddit and do things like this for most of my day. Some dork at work vapes whenever he walks through my workstation. All I hear is this loud mechanical sounding breath followed by a unicorn fart. He's like a strawberry Darth Vader. Deciding which of the 4 strains of medical cannabis to smoke this morning. Why not all 4 at once? They discontinued my favorite body wash, and finding a substitute that is acceptable requires far too much sniffing of awful / overpowering scents. My house is too big for my wireless router, so I need to add an extender or 2. I have financial stability at the job I'm currently working at. I can pay my rent, have money left over and save a bit or spend it. The job itself is so boring that I think I'm losing brain cells working here. I know I should be happy that I can live my life supporting myself, but I am in need of either a change in tasks or just need a completely different job. I have 3 monitors at work, but I want 4. Finding someone to love. Pretty much the only real thing that's missing in my 2016 Prius doesn't have auto headlights. I have to turn them on every time I drive at night. No Wi-Fi on my weekend flight back home from Maui, and during the trip the server brought me the wrong wine because they were all out of the only one I consider drinkable. It was an absolute disgrace. I have a house, a car and a good job. I've paid off my student loans and car loan. I am 27. Life is easy for me compared to most, and I feel miserable and sad and want to be dead. I'm getting a pedicure and the massage chair is terrible. It's like being lightly tapped by a weak elf from behind a leather couch. I currently only have 1 lighting cable in my house, so if my phone dies while I'm downstairs I have to walk upstairs to get the cable to charge it downstairs. Then later that same night I inevitably go upstairs only to find my cable is downstairs and then huff and go get it.